This is the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4. Is it the perfect compact crossover? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. This is our first look at this fully redesigned RAV4, and jumping off the screen at you immediately is this a little bit more squared off front end. We're going to have the hammerhead look, that's what Toyota calls it, and our Toyota crown will be right here. It works our way down, a little bit more of a flat area right there, and the classic look with the Toyota grille, but I like how everything is put together right here. It just gives it a little bit more of an aggressive look, a little bit more of a sporty look, lower grille and the bumper right here. The one thing I do wish was here that's not, it looks like you should have some active air curtains right here to help improve your gas mileage, although the mileage is great here, but you can see that that's solid. You could get a hacksaw and maybe fix that. No, I don't recommend that. Full LED lighting with our daytime running lights and our headlights. They are the projector beam style headlights, so if you like those, that should do just fine for you. I know the one thing a lot of people are going to say is, I wish there were fog lights. What do you think about the fact that there are not? And with the hood, you can see the rise that comes up off of the fender. We're going to have this large center area right here that takes a little bit of a dip inward. That really sets off the body lines. That's one thing we're going to have, is more aggressive body lines here as well. Now you can go front wheel drive or all wheel drive. So with this hybrid powertrain that is across all trim levels, now this is not the plug-in version, but you can go with the plug-in version. But front wheel drive in this case with our 18-inch wheels, they will have the gloss finish on them. There's going to be a 17-inch spare, yes, a hybrid with a spare tire located out back. And I like the fact that these are 18 inches, because that gives you a little more sidewall, which means a better ride quality. And the surround on the fenders that works its way down to the body molding down here is going to have a matte finish. It is plastic, but the good thing is that's not going to show the damage from rocks and debris that might come up off the road and hit that area, as opposed to something painted or gloss black. Manually folding side view mirrors, they are power adjustable. The turn signal indicator is built in right here, and kind of hard to see, but we will have the blind spot monitoring right there. And here is our key fob. Going to have the RAV4 logo on the back. You're going to have lock, unlock. You can open and close your power tailgate. You can also hit the panic button if you need to right there. And right here is a button, if I can get that to work for me, that brings out the mechanical key. And you might wonder, what is that for? Well, if the battery in the key fob dies, or the vehicle itself, you can come right here and lock and unlock the interior, no problem. Nice to have that as a bit of a fail-safe. No sunroof in this particular case, but obviously that is available. We do have the roof rails up top with the crossbars already installed. I really like that. And then we're going to work our way back. Good size windows for solid visibility. The trim piece right here takes our attention and brings us all the way back here. We're going to see the shark fin antenna and then our rear roof spoiler. The rear window wiper, I think it's fine right here. No way to really put that up there because that's solid, so there's no space to really conceal that away inside of the rear roof spoiler. Once again, full LED lighting. You can see the turn signal indicator is on right here. So we've got our LED tail lights. Nice looking element as far as that goes. There's your XLE. This is the XLE premium trim level. That logo there, RAV4 with our Toyota crown above that. And then right here, you know that it's a hybrid electric vehicle. Working our way down, we're going to have a similar look as far as the design of the rear bumper goes to what we saw with the front bumper. Typical of a hybrid, however, no exposed exhaust outlets, but I don't think that matters with most people. Under the hood is the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's going to be paired to 2 electric motors and puts out 226 horsepower. 0 to 60 about 7.5 seconds. Top speed roughly 120 miles per hour. It is paired to a CVT, so something to keep in mind. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like that. Try it before you make a decision on whether you like it or not. How about your MPGs? Here's what we have. 47 city, 40 highway, 43 combined, and 2.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Your gas tank size is going to be 14.5 gallons. You have the gas cap on there as opposed to capless fuel fill. On a full tank of gas in the city, you should be able to drive about 696 miles. Out on the highway, 609 miles. Now we're going to work our way here to the rear area. Towing capacity, if properly equipped, can max out at 3,500 pounds. You do have the power tailgate right here, as you can see, and quite a bit of space located inside of this rear cargo area. You've got your cargo organizer, nothing unusual for Toyota. That's a Toyota specialty right there. We're going to have our 12-volt power outlet right there. Now, you might say, that's not enough cargo area lighting, but there's actually a little bit more located right up here on each side. And I'm going to let my cameraman give you a little bit of a look at what we have cargo space-wise. While I give you the numbers, we're looking at 37.8 up to a maximum 70.4 cubic feet. Now, on the bottom end of things with the towing capacity at 1,750 pounds, in case you were curious. And you're going to have your cargo cover right here. That is easily removable. And I did want to show you how everything looks with these rear seats folded completely flat. To do that, you've got the release located right here on the seat back itself. And something else, we'll talk a little bit more about this in just a second, but these seats also recline. That's a question I know a lot of you like to have the answer to. And let's talk about what you're going to find here in the back seat. We'll start with the door panel over there on the passenger side. The armrest is nice and comfortable. I do wish that that area in the front was a little bit lower, maybe just as at the same level as the rear armrest, because it does kind of intrude on that space a little bit. We will have the door bin down there. You're going to have the control for the power windows. And as we work our way in case the driver drops the hammer on 226 horsepower, there's the oh crap handle. Yeah, just a joke. It's okay. Now, as far as these seats go, you can see the difference in the recline. I've got this seat sitting up a little bit more in an upright position compared to what we have here. So that is built in, as I told you earlier in the video. Also, the fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in. I do wish more automakers, instead of having them like this, would make them vertical as opposed to parallel to each other. Because when you have a cup up there, guess what? It's a little bit harder to use as an armrest. But something that I know is very important to a lot of you, checking off two important boxes. Number one, USB ports. Number two, we're going to have the air conditioning vents right here. That's a good thing. And as far as storage space goes, we're going to have the seat pockets on the back of each seat. There is a decent amount of space back here, a lot of head space remaining. I'm 5'10", somebody 6 feet, 6'1", could fit back here and do just fine. How about your sticker price? Now, this model is pre-sold here at Yoakum Toyota. That's why we're not doing a test drive in today's video. But the price on this model is $40,991. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. We'll work our way up to the upper console first. Not a whole lot to talk about up here. You've got your SOS and your lights and all that good stuff. We do have a sunglass holder. So for those of you that want that, it is here. We'll work our way down. I like what Toyota has done right here with this area because it gives you a little bit of extra storage. It's actually pretty deep, so a good bit of storage there. Also, your conventional glove box will be there. And there's something that will make a lot of you happy is we're going to have our physical manuals. They're not just in the screen. That's good news. And the armrest and door bin, a little bit more space here as far as the driver and passenger doors go. But you can see that area up there in the front, still a little bit high for my taste, but that's just my opinion. Passenger seat is manually adjustable in this case. Driver's seat is power adjustable, and this is what I'm talking about. If I go to put my arm right there, look at how that works. Now, I can stick my hand in there, but it just would be easier to have that be the same level. At least that's my opinion. You can tell me what you think in the comments section. Here's the controls for your power side view mirrors. You can choose which one you're adjusting. Power lock controls, and we're going to have one touch down and one touch up at all four windows. That's a nice thing. You can lock the windows right here if you want to. We can open and close our power tailgate here. There's the button to pop open the gas door. Now right here, get that out of the way, you can see the lever. You drop that down just like that and you can adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. Personally, I do wish that this had a little bit more adjustment to go a little bit higher. Depends on where your seat is set, but that's the only thing where I said, I think that could change just a little bit, but it is adjustable. As you can see, we can move that however we need to and take care of that. And we have our nice large driver's display. I like the modern look to it. You can also go through and make changes. All I'm doing is using the arrow right there with the steering wheel mounted controls. You can see what all is there. Quite a bit going on, actually. We can go back if we need to, whatever we need to do with all of that. But I like what Toyota has done here. Everything with our steering wheel mounted controls will be here. And then we're going to have your front and rear window wiper controls in the traditional spot on the right-hand side of the steering column. Everything for your headlights, you can turn them on. You can set them auto, off, whatever you want to do with your lights. And then, as has been the case for so long, every trim level comes standard with the blinkers, the turn signal indicators. Now, before we do too much more, I am going to show you real quick. Here's your drive mode selector. You can have EV mode right there. So what's going to happen is we push that, and there's actually a few different things that go on as far as that goes, not only on the center screen, but also here on the driver's display. So just to show you what's going on where that is concerned and what your different driving modes are, you can see that right there. In fact, we'll run through that. You're going to have normal, eco, sport, and custom will be there as well. A nice looking screen. It's nice and vertical. I like that. It's not laid back, so that should help to reduce glare to at least some degree. I'm seeing a little bit of glare on there, but not too bad. But you can work your way over just like this, depending on what you need to see. You can get back and forth. You can customize things. Tips right here. If you want to go in, you can do that. We're not going to go through everything here, but you can see that you can go through a few different areas. We can exit that if we want to. Now, and we're going to have our built-in navigation. That's a big popular thing for a lot of people to know about. Obviously, you can go in and adjust what you're listening to with the radio. Connections will be right here. And this isn't going to be that much different than what we've seen in the past as far as our different settings go, but you've got everything for the vehicle right here. Depending on what you need to do, you can come in and deal with that. You can come back out of that and go through everything else. Like I said, I'm not going to cover everything here, but you can see what's here. It's not difficult to find. You can come into equalizer right here and make some changes there depending on what you want to do. So a lot of nice options as far as that goes. And when I go into reverse on this particular model, we're looking at the rear view camera. That's going to be the only view that we have on this particular model as far as what's available. You've got your trajectory lines right there if you want to take advantage of those, or you can adjust those, whatever you need to do with that. Now, one thing that is interesting here is that you do have a lot of controls here in the center screen for your temperature, although I can adjust the temperature right here if I want to. But if we come in here to turn on our heated seats, that's where we're going to do that. And then fan speed adjusted here. Direction of the air is going to be right there. So it depends on what it is you want to do or what you need to do. You can hit recirculate right there. You can sync both sides. It just depends on what you're wanting to do. You've got your front and rear window defoggers right here, the control for the volume and adjusting the radio, all of that. And we work our way down. You've already seen what we have right here. We have a wireless charging pad right here. I do wonder why there's not two wireless charging pads. It just seems like there should be. And then you also have traction control right there if you want to turn that on and off. We do have our dual USB ports right here, a little bit of storage space underneath, actually quite a bit right there. And your shifter, we're going to come all the way back here to drive. If you want to shift manually, you can do that. You've got S right there. As far as that goes, we can go back and forth through the gears and take care of that. Then we have our cup holders right here. Your power parking brake is here. Brake hold mode, if you need to take advantage of that, it's there. You can turn that on or off. Our cup holders are here, and I like something that we have right here. Number one, you can use this as an armrest, but with the center console, it opens like you would expect it to, and maybe like you wouldn't. So you can open it from either side. Plenty of room within that area. You can see we've got a little bit more in the way of connectivity, another USB port right there, and the 12-volt power outlet. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can pair your phone if you want to, and you do have the 6-speaker stereo system. Here's a quick sampling. Without any adjustments, I'd say that sounds pretty good for not being a super high-end system. And there it is, the 2026 Toyota RAV4. Is it the perfect subcompact crossover? Tell me what you think down in the comments section. Obviously, there are a lot of features that aren't here on this particular model that are available depending on trim level. If you go with the plug-in hybrid, whatever the situation is, well, You spend the money you want to get what you want. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. I would like to say a special thanks to our friends here at Yoakum Toyota for loaning us this RAV4 for the day so we could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That's helpful and greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.